Last planner in construction, zone control for flow, zones and takt execution. I am super excited about this video because zone control is how we take theory or our planning into execution in the field. And it's quite phenomenal when done right, and it's actually very, very easy to do. So let's imagine that in the last planner system, you have your master schedule, you have your pull plan, you have your production plan, your look ahead, your weekly work plan, your day plan. You have communicated that to the workers, each crew has planned their day, and in the team daily huddle, which we've talked about in the previous video, you have attempted to solve problems to create flow in the field. Where did you see all those problems that you're solving in the team daily huddle? Well, the concept is called zone control. And you're already familiar with the meeting, so I won't take you through that. But the bottom line is this. If you have, and you should have, at a minimum, a weekly work plan that's out to the next 1 to 2 weeks inside the last planner system. And you will have activities on their individual lines, and it will all be color coded, and it will be, if you've done it right, be aligned vertically to milestones, and it will have trade flow. And so what happens is this weekly work plan then can be turned daily into a day plan. I like to put that on Bluebeam or Canva and then tie that to a QR code, a big plywood sign out in the field. When I'm talking to the workers or the supervisor, you're talking to the workers in the morning worker huddle, this is how you respect them. You can make sure they have access to the day plan, and that would mean the list of key things for the day, the schedule, the visuals. Everybody can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. Then, like we said, the individual crews will file off and come over here to the job site into their specific zone, and they will do their crew preparation huddle. Now, what I want to talk about here is how do we visualize zones? Let's just look at one zone here. We all know that if we're flowing in this direction, if the train of trades is flowing in this direction, that before we start that zone, we plan. When we're in the zone, we build, and then when we're done with the zone, we finish. We don't do enough of this. We're talking about planning with the project delivery team, with the last planners, we're getting closer, but the workers are a part of this. They are value add entities that are installing the work, and they must know the plan, and we must listen to them, and we have to make sure they're included as a part of the team. That's not a lecture. That's just me being passionate. When we talk about one piece, one progress, one process flow, plan, build, finish. Now, we already know that each of these crews will have a crew board, at least in advanced lean implementations, they'll have a crew board, and that crew will use that crew board with the foreman to make sure they understand the look ahead, weekly work plan, day plan, and the visual zone maps. So they say, how do we want to approach this zone? Then they will actually execute it. So I'll just write execute, and then they will reflect. Okay. And one of the things that I just realized is it's plan, do, and then check and adjust, PDCA. We don't do enough of this. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about right now is zone control. Let's say that this crew is working halfway through the zone. This is just the way I like to visualize it. Let's say they're halfway done and they're moving in this direction. If we know a handoff is coming, because see how all this ties together? Because these handoffs are marked in the weekly work plan, the zone control walks that happen on a daily basis between the morning worker huddle and the crew preparation huddle, and then the team daily huddle or the daily team huddle, what will happen is you will go to these handoff areas and you will have a conversation between the superintendent, field engineer, or lead. Actually, the person who invented this, his name is called Grit Richards, and he called them zone managers, but it can be any position in your field team. Your field person will come talk to the amazing foreman, who is your value add person, the hero, the king on the job site. And what will happen here is you will talk to that individual and say, is work made ready out ahead of you? Is it clear? Clean, safe, organized, ready. Is this ready for you out ahead? The other thing is, are you finishing as you go? Remember, plan, build, finish. The only way I can properly say it is that punch list is a satanic lie. It's literally 30 additional steps if you leave work that could have been finished. We don't punch at the end of the job. Right there when the crew is there, let's get it done. 100%. So these zone control walks are confirming that that trade partner can successfully, without pushing, finish up to the end of that zone boundary, to the end of their takt time, on time, within their cycle time, and that we as a general contractor are clearing the way and we're helping them finish as we go so that we don't have to come back. So that's zone control. And what happens is when the lead person, the superintendent, the foreman, whoever's out there, the zone managers, are having these conversations, if there's problems, we mark it on the day plan or the weekly work plan. And then that's the information that's brought to the team daily huddle. And that's how we work with the project delivery team to clear the way and solve problems. It's a feedback loop. And we connect the project delivery team to field operations. The wrong way is go around, fight fires. The wrong way is also to go try and walk every zone. The right way is go walk your handoffs and make sure that you're having the right conversations, because if you're hitting these handoffs, and that's tracked in the perfect handoff percentage, that's the KPI. If you're hitting your handoffs, you're flowing. This is talked about in detail in the book Takt, Steering, and Control. We'll also put it into a blog post, and reach out if you need any help. But this is an add to the Last Planner system that will make it to where you can control work in the field and recover from delays and impacts. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.